Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Resident Evil 4, where we keep facing challenges. Ow. Alright. Damn close. Lucky break. There we are. Alrighty. So glad the merchant didn't warn me. It would have felt like somehow cheating, I'm sure. Oh, boo. Alright. Well, I have healing items. I can spare those. And keep on keeping on. Is there more? Or are we good? It sounds like there might be more. Yes. I think you're supposed to come my way, my guy. What? That was a weird thing, but sure. Okay. Ooh, it's well, it's probably okay. A lot of close quarters in here. Don't like it. Brass pocket watch. Not a thing that goes into the cat, in other words. 76 saves in. Interesting point. I'm just trying to keep an eye on them. So not that many. Okay. I mean, it's many saves. I don't mean that. It's just Wait, can I just like unlock this? I wonder what the point of that would be. Considering everything, I may just want to consider... Okay, that works too. Okay. I wasn't expecting more enemies here, but there were. So, that just is how the cookie apparently crumbles. It's lucky they don't bother you, huh?
Got some rare things.
Okay, so empty rifle.
What are you buying?
I think I can... Yeah. 25k. I think I can manage to get that
What
much.
are you selling?
Yeah, brass pocket watch is 10k.
Ah, I'll buy it at a high price. Thank you.
Works out. I think that's fine. So far, so good. Go. I still need a little more, and I think green eyes are something I can spare for 4.
Is that all?
I somehow
Thank
doubt I
you.
will find a treasure that requires 25 green eyes. I think I can manage to
What are you buying?
loosen up my grip on those few.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
Firing speed increases for 80,000 with that one. Okay, cool. The other one that I haven't then yet upgraded would be the Striker and obviously the Magnum. Beyond that, I can reload now everything as much as I like. Good, 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 good. There might... I have a feeling there might be a cutscene about, but... Actually, there might not be. Oh, it's... Okay. Cool. Lovely. If I wanna, I can jump down from here. That's... Not sure why I would do that, but... Oh, right. The firing speed upgrade actually could become very quickly very useful. Should probably start counting how much money I can actually create with all of the stuff I got. Yeah, this place is no fun. It is locked. Faint, unpleasant odor. Smells like garbage. Just like the boss fights in this game, badum-tish. Freezer of some sort. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, this place is all fun all the time. Oh goody. It's some kind of research equipment. I wonder what it's used for. I'm totally convinced it has nothing to do with the gray corpse over there. I'm sure it's all fine. And it also totally has nothing to do with the overall Las Plagas stuff that's going on. It has big, big teeth. Cool. Lovely. It is locked. Not much is blocking that door, that much I can tell you. Door security system. That works. That's totally a foolproof security system. Nothing could ever get in there, I'm sure. Luis's Memo 3. Luis still lives through his writings. The hideous creatures such as the El Gigante and the Novistador. Yeah, the Novistadors are the insects, right? Are merely byproducts of the diabolical and inhumane experiments conducted on the specimens that were once human. Oh, okay, so the insects were people at some point, okay. I can believe that with the one that's with Salazar, but no. But there's one type of creature that clearly distinguishes itself from the rest. These creatures are called regenerators. Regenerators have a superior metabolism that allows them to regenerate their lost body parts at an incredible speeds. That is a typo. I would like to file a complaint. Refund, yes. I've never seen anything like it. I have in many, many games. It is this characteristic that makes them almost invincible to conventional weapons. But like any living creature, there is a way to kill it. Apparently there are plagas that live in its body, somewhat like leeches. They can't be seen with the naked eye, they can only be located through thermal imaging. To stop its regeneration process, these leech-like plagas must be located and then destroyed. As far as I know, most of the regenerators host a number of these leech-like plagas. To kill the regenerators, each one of these leech-like plagas must be killed. Oh, goody. This seems totally fun. What kind of experiments are going on around here? I mean, this seems totally fine. This seems totally just medically sensible, and all sorts of good and important healing is happening in this bit, I'm sure. There's even a bit of like a residue just like flowing down the whole thing there. Lovely. That's how we cure cancer one day, I swear. 25 TMP ammo. $4821. You got the freezer card key. Lovely. Also, that's almost kind of odd that he is just... Hi. Bye. That seemed like not great fun. Uh-huh. That was very sudden. Cool. Rifle ammo. I will probably need that in a bit. No one would happen to have a thermal scope. Rewrite the data. I'll do that in a hot minute. I want to operate something. These bodies must have been cryogenized with the parasites still in their bodies. Sucks to be them. True story. So... it's completely frozen and won't open. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay, cool. The data on the card has been rewritten. You got the waste disposal card key. Lovely. Cryogenic device. Turn it off. Yes. Okie dokie. Don't really have much room again. I might need to try to be clever about this. Man, imagine having too much bullets. Damn, son. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full heals. Then 4 green herbs, 1 brown, 1 white egg. Considering that I really desperately need the money as well. Man, this is really tricky. There's really no good way to go about this, I think. Okay, I need 3 blocks. Let's start thinking with puzzle minds here. I don't like it, but I think I probably should just reload the Magnum. My inventory space is in such a bad place. It's just... that's a good start. After that... what's my life? My life is full, but I still need 1 more... I reload every gun that isn't the striker. I'll start with that. That didn't help, but it's, you know... okay. What is the striker's, It can take 20, so it'll take 6 bullets out of the inventory. That's not enough to create space either. I guess I gotta do a 3 green again. Nasty. The door's been locked. It has a bloody I'm back. Cool. Welcome back, Redpool. Lovely to always have you. And this, I found, like, when I was at this point for the first time in the game, this was honestly scary. The island is an action-jackson shooty 2D place, but this bit is really unsettling. Nice and easy. Haha! The lock has been released. I defeated a boss fight in a weird... well, it's almost a boss fight. It's the first one you have to kill of those. Yeah, the monsters here are actually pretty scary. That is, yeah. And honestly, this I have to commend Resident Evil 4 about this fact, right? Mini-boss. Yeah, sure. It's like El Gigante was a boss, and then there was more El Gigantes later, so mini-bosses were 2 of them. But yeah, it is a mini-boss. You have to kill it. I've met one before already, or sorta 2, but this one you had to kill, so sorta kind of a mini-boss. Kinda. Kind of like the... well, I mean, in Dark Souls, there's a Capra Demon, so that's a boss at first, and then it's a normal an enemy all the time later. Anyway, I have to commend Resident Evil 4 about this. I've given the game a lot of crap for a lot of stuff, like, you know, rough, like, aim control things, how it, like, jumps these weird hoops when I don't want it to. It's really... I will never get fully used to it, but, and, you know, iffy choices in boss fights and don't like a bunch of the gun range layouts. It's clunky. The camera controls are very, 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 very angular. But this is something I have to commend the game for. In a lot of, I think, Resident Evil games, Dead Space games, a lot of games of that sort of nature, probably Evil Within games as well, I just forget the exact details. There's almost always, and here as well, there is a immortal enemy that's kind of like this. Like, kind of like the Regenerator. Dead Space has basically the exact same thing. But in all of the other examples I mentioned, the enemies in there are actually immortal. And I kind of don't like it. I think this is better. The enemies are immortal unless you do it with the thermal scope, very specifically with a kind of a bulky gun, so you have to work at it to kill them, and I think this is much better. This is you can still overcome them with bravery and skill. It's just tricky, and they're unsettling and scary. This is, I think, the best version of the kind of enemy that these represent. The kind where just everything grows back. In the other games, they're truly immortal, which basically makes them useless to shoot at. Like, sort of. Yeah, they slow down, but still. I don't really like those. This one, I like these. These are unsettling, scary, and I probably won't like them pretty soon because they're hard, but there's a certain sense of fair play here still, and you can overcome them with bravery and skill. I gotta appreciate that, you know? There we are. And sometimes they might be in a spot that I can't quite see. That's also a possibility sometimes. Bloink. Lovely. And they give good loot too. I appreciate that. I'll go see if I can kill the one here if it's still around. Because I never got into its room to check if there's any good stuff in here. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a miss. That is a miss. Again, a miss. Damn. That's a hard spot, apparently. There you go. Loink. There we are. 5,000 pesetas. Anything worth looking at in here? Ah! Emerald! Yes, there is. I almost didn't see the jewel there. It was pretty well hidden. Okay, cool. I think I should consider selling one of the full heals. This is getting, like, my inventory is in a really, really, really tough spot here. I need room and I need money as well, so let's just go do that. Also, this jump down actually makes more sense now, because one might try to get away from the regenerators quickly, so... Now it makes more sense to me. And while I don't like the last layout of the gun range, sorta, I do appreciate that they exist. And also, especially here, they do add that little bit of, like, a side quest levity that you can focus on that, because this, if you're not used to horror games, this game can actually be really intense. It was for me way back when. When I first got this game on PlayStation 2, I swear, this was intense. It was stressful to play. I honestly, like, just I swear it was. It it's a little more like novel now, but it used to be like when I wasn't used to playing scary games. This was right pushing against the limit at points.
Got some rare things on. What are you buying? What are you selling?
Okay, so and sell actually first aid spray, not 3 herbs, because first aid spray gives more money.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
So it seems the emeralds don't go into anything. That's what I'm reading from that. Is there anything else I'd like to? At least one of the incendiary grenades,
Is that all,
I think.
stranger? Thank you. What are you buying?
Now it kind of became a thing that this could be a useful thing to do. So firing speed could improve by 80,000. I don't know if I can make
What are you
80,000
selling?
though. 80k is loads of money. I probably have more shotgun shells than I need, but I'd rather not sell bullets if I can avoid it, because it could bite me in the ass. Imagine selling the infrared scope here and just like going I'm just gonna slow them down with bullets and just run past, it's fine. That would be quite the turn of events. I could probably get away with selling one more first aid spray, but I probably should sell all the other stuff first. I feel like I should maybe really quickly try to get an answer on Resident Evil 4, Green Eye, and so on. Like, are these something that can be combined with Butterfly Lamp? That much is a fact. Treasure item can bound in Resident Evil 4. Blah, 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 blah. There are 2 in the main game. 1 in 3, 2, 1 in 4, 1. In separate ways, there's also 1, but that's not a thing that I need to worry about here. Okay, cool. So I can sell, I think, these. I'll just do it like blue and red is the same thing, right? Butterfly lamp, butterfly lamp. Okay, good. I can sell the green and blue and red eyes. They don't go into anything anymore. Good to know. Very good to know. So, let's see. That's 21,000.
Thank you. Is that all, stranger? Is that all, stranger?
There.
Thank
Now we're
you.
at 50k. Emerald, I think Emerald is just the normal basic treasure for this area, but I'll just check right quick to be sure. Doesn't seem they are simply small pieces of emerald. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no combining. Okay, cool, good. So that adds 9,000.
Thank you.
I'm still short 20k though, and I'm not gonna sell the links until I'm full with it. 20,000, that's a lot. I don't know if I can get 20,000. That's, yeah. Yeah, I'll just need to kill more of the regenerators and then just go back to the merchant in a different spot. The point being that killing the regen people would be easier if the rifle would be even faster. Oh, and pointing out, now I actually remember now. I think on PlayStation 2, my longest playthrough on that, I think ended here, or quite soon after this, because in my PlayStation playthrough, I never bought the semi-auto rifle. I kept on upgrading the normal bolt-action rifle. And I'm sure that some people go through the game just using that instead. But trying to shoot the regen enemies with that is... the fire rate is so slow. Like, I'm sure it's sort of possible, but at least back then, I could not do that. It just... no, it would not. Nuh-uh. Okay, so what we want to do is stay right here. Go here. And... button! Wait, what? Why is there a... oh, it's a lamp. Okay, I see. Alright. I mean, it does make sense. It's actually a nice touch that the thermal scope sees the lamps as hot, because of course they are. Makes sense. As some games you think were hard back in the day get finally easy as you understand more. Yeah. I just basically felt like I realized my mistake then, and I knew the semi-auto rifle was faster. Maybe I googled, or maybe I just tried it, but I still realized that I had sunk so much money into the bolt-action rifle that I felt I had ruined my playthrough. I was like, no, and I stopped playing there and then. I think it was like somewhere in the spot where you're in the garbage chute and so on, and there's a bunch of those again, and I just couldn't handle them with the bolt action. It just, the timing was just too tight. The fire rate was too slow, like no matter what I tried with it. Okay, suddenly a grin. Oh! Hi. Okay. So when they're down, we just can't. Alright. Indeed. There we are. Yeah, it's a fun little thing to throw one of them into the pit. Why not? It's a waste dump. Maybe it leads to the lower levels. That is a bold guess, my guy. If I remember right... I think this might be... it's either here or in a similar room where at least some point there will be enemies. A bunch of waste disposal records, nothing useful here. Wow, really? They hold waste disposal records, really? I wouldn't somehow have expected that, but okay. Like, they're so nasty, they can't even keep their, like, cow carcasses maggot-free. There's, like, months of flies and insects, but yeah, we have waste disposal records. Alright, sure. Whatever you say. lot of random grenades and stuff. Again, I'm immediately running low on room again. Not great. Security switch for the door on the left. Okay. Sure. Ashley? A tiny bit of shush, if you please. Ashley, I'm trying to focus. I'm coming. Just a little tiny minute. Hello. Oh wow, that's a camera angle. Wow. That boy could take a beating. It looks like it's locked. Well, can I talk to him? It's locked. Need a card key. Can I tell her that it's that I need a card key? Please stop screaming. Okay. Oh, great. Uh-huh. No hurry. Feel free to just, like, open the door, my guy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. There you go. Jesus. Woohoo! Come on. They really like going back to where they started from, huh? God damn, this is a bad angle to be in, huh? Ugh. I really hate it when they stagger forwards when they clearly probably shouldn't. All right. Oh boy. I'm also debating if I should use the money I now have to try to get the exclusive upgrade for the rifle, or should I just upgrade the capacity of the striker shotgun instead? Hard to say. Genuinely a good question. Right, what am I looking at here? Suddenly there's a typewriter. I'll take it. Oh boy. This seems like there might be more regenerators, but we'll see. Just look at all these lab instruments. Yes. Just look indeed. There we are. A spiky one. With quite a... Oh, Jesus. With your... Oh, come on. That's a hit and you know it. Come on now. Whew. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, those get so difficult. That, yeah. The spiky ones, yeah, I couldn't do them with the bolt-action rifle, and I was like, nope, my playthrough is over. It's game ruined. Okay, anything worth looking at? Yeah, rifle ammo, why not? Looks like living tissue, but from what? Right, who knows? Okay, we create a full life increase heal from there. Shotgun shells. What are they growing in these petri dishes? Maybe they are growing happiness. That would be the sudden and surprising surprise. Well, I do have room to carry the herb, actually, yeah. That is the question, though. Do I indeed upgrade the capacity of the striker shotgun next, or do I just try to go for the semi-auto rifle bit? I can probably survive without it, but honestly, the capacity for the shotgun is not as important. I have plenty of shotgun shells, though. I think it's probably better to go with this instead. Alright, I can sell like one grenade at least. Beyond that, it's again just, I'm just full of stuff. Can't help it. At least there's a merchant right there. Okay. Oh. Hello, animals. Oh, come on. Oh, right, a couple of them don't die. But I think they, Yeah. Oh, Jesus, really? Ugh. Listen, you.
Welcome.
Do you want a really, really quick grenade in your thing?
Got
Because
a selection of good. What are you selling? Is that all strength? Is that all strength? Is that all? Thank you. Come back anytime.
hurry, hurry, hurry. Alright, and then go back and forth, and I think the rest of the crows should respawn. And they do. Just a couple, so it's no big problem. There we are. Ah, that was a heavy crow, you see. It gives much money. 10 handgun ammo and 5,000 pesetas from one crow. That is... I can carry something if they give something. Okay, good.
Welcome. Got a selection of... What are you selling?
I got a selection as well.
Is that all? Thank you. Come back
Alright.
anytime.
Yeah, I have a place for this, sure. There we are. It's a tight squeeze to get all that money in front, but I believe I can get the, okay, so...
What are you selling?
I got a feeling I could probably manage with one less flash grenade, but that's really not the big thing that'll help my money problems here. I think one first aid spray is something I could also get rid of, but... damn, it's so annoyingly close to get it, but I don't feel like emptying my, If I remember right, this might be, I don't know. I'd imagine Krauser is at least close enough, but I'm not sure how close. There's something there. Hello. Noisy control tower.
This is Leon. Request backup. I repeat, request backup.
Alright. The radio signal's being jammed. Can't contact my people. But I got 5 shotgun shells. That's... we always focus on the positive, right? Oh well.
What are you selling?
Yeah, probably 2 flash grenades has to be enough, right? Because again,
Thank you.
room is so tight. 2 full heals from green herbs, 1 full heal from mixed herbs. 4th full heal from this. And 5th and 6th full heal from gold chicken eggs. Man. Who would have thought I'd have way too many bullets, huh? Oh well. I'll make some room by reloading the striker shotgun if a good fight breaks out. So that's probably a good way to make something happen there. I at least hold out hope. And I hear combat is close. Let's do this. If I remember right, this could use either a grenade or a bunch of shotgun shells, so... Oh, come on. Come on, my guys. I gotta say, I'm not accepting that. That is, I remember there being some really cheap enemy placement, but yeah, that was pretty bad. Alright. We'll just make it happen little by little. Oh, come on now. Really? Let's do that then. Always one end is unprotected. Don't mind me. Go ahead, Lo, indeed. Actually, maybe this one. I went through all the trouble to make this the most powerful handgun in the game. Alrighty. I think it's like, if I remember right, there might be a bunch of people up around the waste disposal table. But who knows? Oh, wrong turn. And there we are. Storage room card key. Da-da-da.
Leon.
You okay? Come on, let's get out of here.
Da-da-da. I have successed. I don't know if I've just made considerably less saves on my first playthrough of this, but I'm 10 saves out from basically the last one. Interesting. It's a paper airplane thrown with gusto and precision. Paper airplane? Perhaps you have it figured out already, but you might be able to get out of here by using the waste disposal vent. Thank you, Ada.
Wait.
Water! Oh dear. Let's retry that one.
Wait.
Might be a good spot to use this, yeah. A lot of enemies. Gonna be a problem otherwise. No hurry. Come on. Nice and easy. And there we are.
Follow me.
Done and dusted. I always worry that electricity can hurt me. I don't know why. Okay, so...
Wait.
Oh,
Follow me.
no. Yeah, I gotta go through here.
Wait.
Yeah, this. I think that's a spot for the TMP. Everything else is just too slow. Come on. There you go. Not a great turn of events, but managed.
Follow me.
Oh, come on. Really? No loot either. Boo. Oh. Man.
Looks like this is it.
It stinks.
Lucky emerald.
Sure does.
No way, Leon.
Way.
Hurrah!
Are you out of your mind?
I knew you'd be fine if you landed on your butt.
You... What is this?
Come on, let's go.
That is a upside down bad one. It's a sensible idea to probably not leave her here next to that. I wonder. It's not at least... It doesn't give me a target for that at least, so... Yeah, I think I basically stopped playing somewhere around here with the bolt action rifle. It's bringing memories. I found this like I just did not have the time to operate it, and now we go.
What is that thing?
Miss. Instant kill. See, that is where fun goes to die. Yeah, imagine, like, I was unable to do that with the semi-auto rifle. Imagine doing that with the bolt action. Like, every shot has like a 5-second delay between it by the very least. Like, it's not possible even with perfect shots. Which, I do have to say, though, I do think that is a pretty nasty design flaw, though. It's a cool enemy, but, like, you can't deal with them if you do not have the semi-auto rifle, you know? And I really, really despise how the controls are just way too imprecise to work with those. And it's not even dead yet. Oh, come on, really?
Wait. Follow me.
See? What am I supposed to do with that? It probably has one of those things in its back. Just to make it more terrible. I mean, yeah, it's hard, but it's obnoxiously hard. Like, it's just... It's basically bullshit, the enemy. So, as I was praying the game's design earlier for making these killable, that one is, again, just... It's always a fine line when you're creating difficulty. If you're creating difficulty that's interesting, or if you're making difficulty that's cheap and just a complete design flaw that should probably cause someone to change, like, you know, jobs.
Hi.
Yeah, it has one in its back. There you go. I shot it straight through its chest into its back, and I just like threw a vague idea of where it could be. Really, really bad. Terrible game design there. Ugh. At least you don't have to go to its back, but that enemy is just too much. It is just too much. Let's push this. And
Hide.
alright, where are you? I hate the controls so bad. Like, it just... The rifle is just so imprecise in its movements. Like, I can't move in increments that are that small. There you are. It's also a kind of a bummer that you can't shoot them with anything else than the thermo rifle, in that even if you hit the correct spots, it still, I don't think, counts, which is... Considering all the trouble I've been through, I don't think I care about doing this game on the hardest difficulty. This is hard plenty, and I feel like there's just time I could spend better. If I finish this one, I'll be happy. I'll just keep hiding her in the dumpster because this is just so dangerous.
Hide.
Alright. Just playing it safe. Warp!
Wait.
That is so true, my guy. Warp! Man, the running bit that those do is such a sudden and tough one to tackle with, but there we go. Green herbs all around. I'll check the other bit first. Oh, it doesn't even open. Okay, cool.
Follow me.
Okay. This seems like it could be dangerous. Should I leave her here, or... I don't know. I think I'm just gonna need to wonder about this for a hot minute, but I also need a really quick bathroom break, so if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, and victory in mind, and just maybe, yes, never stay with the bolt action rifle. Always buy the semi-auto the moment you get it, and that's how victory happens eventually, yes.